What if your pocket change was actually a hidden treasure? Today, we're uncovering some of America's rarest and most valuable state quarters, coins that tell powerful stories and could be worth a small fortune. Stay with us, because these aren't just coins, they're pieces of history you won't want to miss. There's something special about coins. They're not just currency. They're tiny pieces of history, little artifacts we carry in our pockets, often without noticing. Most of us don't give them a second glance. A quarter is just 25 cents, right? Used in a vending machine, flipped at a football game, maybe left in a tip jar. But some quarters carry more than just a face value, they carry a story. A legacy. And in some rare cases, a secret worth discovering. Let's take a step back to the year 2001. It was a time of change. The world was moving fast, technology was growing, the internet was becoming a part of daily life, and America was already deep into its state quarters program. What started in 1999 as a way to honor the 50 U.S. states became one of the most popular and successful coin initiatives in American history. 5 new quarters were released every year, each with a unique design celebrating a state's culture, heritage, or achievements. By 2001, the excitement was still going strong. Kids were collecting them, grandparents were gifting them, and millions of Americans were watching for the next state to appear in their change. That year, Kentucky had its turn. The bluegrass state. Known for its rolling hills, horse racing, and musical tradition. What better way to capture Kentucky's spirit than through its most iconic imagery? The design chosen for the Kentucky quarter is more than just a picture, it's a snapshot of the state's identity. On the coin, you see a regal racehorse standing behind a white plank fence. Its posture is calm yet proud, embodying the grace and strength that thoroughbreds are known for. This isn't just any horse, it's a tribute to the state's deep roots in equestrian culture, especially its connection to the world-famous Kentucky Derby. Behind the horse is the elegant silhouette of Federal Hill, a grand antebellum mansion that inspired the song, "My Old Kentucky Home." This historic site, located in Bardstown, is a symbol of the state's antebellum past and a powerful cultural touchstone. The phrase, "My Old Kentucky Home," is inscribed beneath, referencing the beloved state song that many Kentuckians know by heart, a melody played every year at the Derby, steeped in both nostalgia and tradition. It's a design that tells a story, of land, legacy, and identity. Unlike some coins that feel abstract or impersonal, the Kentucky quarter feels lived in. Familiar. Proud. When these coins were released, they were minted by the millions, at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. They flooded into circulation across the country. And most people, when they got one, likely didn't think twice. But while millions were produced, not all were created equal. Some stayed pristine. Some didn't even make it into circulation. And some became something else entirely. Let's pause here for a second. Have you ever wondered what makes a coin truly valuable? It's not just age or rarity. It's a combination of factors: condition, errors, historical significance, and demand. Most Kentucky quarters are still worth just a quarter. But a few, a tiny fraction, became prized possessions for collectors and investors. Some of these coins were proof strikes, specially made for collectors with an incredible level of detail and polish. Others had minting errors, double strikes, off-center designs, misaligned dies. These flaws, which might seem like imperfections, actually make the coins far more valuable, simply because they're so rare. Imagine finding a quarter where the horse's image is slightly doubled, or the text is skewed just enough to be noticeable. These kinds of quirks can transform an everyday coin into a collector's dream, but even among the cleanest coins, the highest quality matters. Coins are graded on a scale, with 70 being a perfect specimen. A Kentucky quarter graded at MS 68 or MS 69 means it's virtually flawless, no scratches, no smudges, just pure, untouched metal art. These are the coins that collectors dream about. The ones kept sealed in capsules, tucked away in vaults or private collections. The Kentucky State Quarter has become a symbol of what makes this program so remarkable. It's more than just a celebration of state pride, it's a reminder that something as ordinary as a quarter can carry beauty, heritage, and sometimes, extraordinary value. But here's the twist. The real reason the Kentucky Quarter still makes headlines isn't just its design or historical context. It's what happened in the collecting world not long ago. A single Kentucky Quarter, just one, made its way into the spotlight. This coin wasn't flashy or gold-plated. It looked like any other Kentucky Quarter at first glance. But when experts examined it closely, they saw something remarkable. It was nearly perfect. Graded MS-69, it stood among the highest quality Kentucky Quarters ever found. And what happened next surprised everyone. The coin went up for auction. Bidders from around the world took notice. Quietly at first, then with increasing intensity. Numismatists recognized what they were seeing, a unicorn in the world of modern quarters. A flawless coin, from a beloved series, representing a culturally rich state, preserved for over 2 decades in mint condition. The final bid? A staggering $49,000. That's right. A 25-cent coin. Sold for nearly $50,000. So the next time you check your change, remember this: not every coin is just a coin. Sometimes, what looks ordinary could be extraordinary. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find a little piece of Kentucky's legacy in your own pocket. And just when you think the surprises are over, the next rare state quarter takes center stage, this time from the year 2004, deep in the heart of the Midwest, Michigan. A state defined by water, by grit, and by legacy. It's a place where industrial innovation meets natural beauty. When Michigan's turn came in the U.S. Mint's iconic 50-state quarters program, the design had a clear task: tell the story of a land surrounded by greatness. Literally, the design chosen for Michigan's quarter wasn't flashy or ornate. Instead, it was powerful in its simplicity. It featured an outline of the state, both the lower and upper peninsulas, surrounded by the majestic Great Lakes. These lakes are more than just natural wonders, they're life-giving arteries that shaped Michigan's economy, transportation, and culture for generations. The phrase, Great Lakes State, sits proudly beneath the image, leaving no doubt about the quarter's message. Michigan's geography is its identity, and this coin captured that with clean, dignified lines. Released in early 2004, the Michigan Quarter quickly joined the millions of other state quarters circulating throughout the country. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, it flooded into change drawers, cash registers, and collector books. People admired its design, checked it off their collecting lists, and moved on to the next release. But as we've learned, not all quarters are created equal. The vast majority of Michigan quarters served their everyday purpose. They paid for coffees, fed parking meters, and spun on countertops. But a few, just a tiny few, escaped that fate. These rare examples were never tossed in a pocket or scraped across a store counter. Instead, they were preserved. Untouched. Perfect. Think about it. Out of hundreds of millions of coins, most show immediate signs of wear within days or even hours of entering circulation. But sometimes, just sometimes, a coin finds itself in the right place at the right time. Maybe it was tucked away in a proof set, carefully stored by a collector, or sealed away before it could be handled. These are the coins that survive untouched by time. In the world of coin collecting, perfection has a number, MS-69. A coin graded this high is as close to flawless as it gets. The strike is sharp, the surfaces are mirror clear, and every line in the design is visible in exacting detail. Now imagine a Michigan quarter, preserved for years in this condition. No scratches. No blemishes. Just crisp artistry frozen in time. Even rarer are the Michigan quarters that not only survived in pristine condition but also exhibit unusual minting characteristics, like off-center strikes or die errors that make each one unique. These unexpected traits, combined with top-tier preservation, are what turn ordinary coins into legendary finds. What collectors know, and what most people overlook, is that a rare error or a perfect strike can elevate even the most common of coins into something truly special. These anomalies, often unnoticed by the average person, become goldmines in the hands of experienced numismatists, and when one of those rare Michigan quarters surfaces, especially in nearly flawless condition, it doesn't just catch attention, it causes a stir. Collectors know how hard it is to find state quarters from the early 2000s in perfect mint state. Time hasn't been kind to most of them. Which is why the few that do survive, especially with that distinct silver shine, unmarred and sharp, become legendary. There's something magical about a coin like that. Because at first glance, it looks like any other quarter. But under the right light, in the hands of an expert, it reveals its secret, one that only a few people in the world might recognize. Collectors know that finding one of these coins is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For some, it becomes the cornerstone of a collection. For others, it becomes something more, a treasure. The 2004 Michigan State Quarter, in one of these ultra-rare and pristine forms, has become one of the standout pieces in the entire 50 State Quarters program. It isn't just about the design. It's about condition, preservation, rarity, and historical significance all coming together in a perfect storm, and when you put all of those elements together, something amazing happens. That little silver-toned coin, worth just 25 cents on paper, transforms into something far more valuable. How much more? The finest known examples of the 2004 Michigan State Quarter, preserved in perfect condition, have been valued at an incredible $43,000. It's hard to believe, isn't it? A coin you may have overlooked a dozen times in your own spare change, quietly sitting in a jar or tucked inside a drawer, might hold enough value to pay for a new car, a down payment on a home, or even a year of college tuition. That's the power of numismatics. It reminds us that history isn't always locked behind museum glass, it's often hiding in plain sight, disguised as the ordinary, and this is exactly why collectors, hobbyists, and even casual treasure hunters continue searching. Because when you find something like this, a state quarter with a story, with character, and with unmatched preservation, it feels like you've unlocked a secret that most people will never notice. Up next is a quarter that quietly stands among the most visually stunning in the entire 50 State Quarters program, the 2005 Oregon State Quarter. While it might not grab attention at first glance, this coin has become a hidden favorite among serious collectors. It's not just the design that makes it special. It's what lies beneath the surface, literally and historically, that gives this quarter its extraordinary appeal. By the time Oregon's quarter was released, the 50 State Quarters program was already in full swing, captivating the nation. People from all walks of life, young and old, casual collectors and numismatic experts alike, eagerly awaited each new release. Families gathered to complete albums, while seasoned collectors searched for those elusive coins in mint condition. Yet, amidst the hundreds of millions of quarters struck each year, some coins would rise above the rest, and Oregon's coin is one such example. Unlike other state quarters that feature famous figures, landmarks, or industrial achievements, Oregon's quarter chose a path less traveled, a tribute to its breathtaking natural beauty. The coin's reverse features Crater Lake, a body of water so pristine, so deep, and so full of mystery that it has fascinated people for centuries. Crater Lake is not just any lake. Formed thousands of years ago when a massive volcano collapsed, it is the deepest lake in the United States, known for its vivid blue color and crystal-clear waters. Its serene surface mirrors the sky above, and at its center rests Wizard Island, a volcanic cinder cone that rises majestically, adding a touch of intrigue to the tranquil scene. The coin captures this landscape with an elegance rarely seen in such a small space. Looking at the quarter, you can almost feel the cool breeze that sweeps through the pine trees lining the cliffs. You can imagine the quiet calm, the untouched wilderness, and the timelessness of a place that seems almost sacred. It's a design that doesn't shout. It doesn't overwhelm. Instead, it invites you in, encourages reflection, and reminds you of the wild heart of Oregon. The artistry involved in striking this coin is remarkable. The designers captured the natural contours of the lake's rim and the distinct silhouette of Wizard Island with incredible precision. Every line, every curve, is rendered in a way that balances simplicity with depth. This balance is part of why collectors hold this coin in such high esteem. Over 700 million of these quarters were minted, spread across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, flooding into circulation across the country. Most, naturally, were spent like any other quarter, tossed into pockets, jars, and registers, slowly wearing away their original sharpness. But for those with a keen eye, the Oregon quarter offered something more, the chance to own a piece of nature's beauty and a slice of history. Among these millions, a small fraction were carefully preserved. Some were saved in pristine mint or proof sets. Others were tucked away by collectors who recognized the potential for rarity. These coins never touched a pocket or register. They remain shiny, flawless, and free from the wear and tear that so often reduces a coin's value. Collectors understand that condition is everything. A coin's value can skyrocket based on how well it has been preserved. Flawless examples of the Oregon Quarter, with their brilliant luster and razor-sharp details, are prized above all others. These high-grade coins become more than just currency, they become treasured artifacts, frozen moments in time, but it's not just condition that makes some of these quarters so rare. Occasionally, minting errors or anomalies occur, slight shifts in the die, off-center strikes, or minute flaws that slip past quality control. These errors might seem like imperfections, but in the numismatic world, they add layers of intrigue and uniqueness. A coin with such characteristics, combined with an exceptional grade, becomes a true collector's gem. The Oregon Quarter, with its tranquil design and subtle complexity, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors who seek out these rarities. While many quarters fade into the background, this one quietly commands attention. It's a coin that has proven its worth not just through its appearance, but through the story it tells, of nature, history, and the passage of time, because the truth is, this quarter is worth far more than its face value. Depending on its condition, these coins are valued in the thousands of dollars. The rarity of high-grade specimens, combined with their beautiful design and the mystique of Crater Lake, elevates this coin to a category few others achieve. What makes this even more fascinating is that these rare coins aren't confined to auction houses or private collections. They can still be found unexpectedly, tucked inside old boxes, among forgotten heirlooms, or nestled in jars of spare change. The possibility that the next Oregon Quarter you encounter could be one of these rare gems adds an exciting sense of discovery. So, when you next hold an Oregon State Quarter, take a moment to truly appreciate it. Look closely at the details, the calm waters, the silhouette of Wizard Island, the rugged cliffs surrounding the lake. Feel the coin's edges. Notice the sharpness of the strike. In that moment, you're not just holding a piece of currency. You're holding a small masterpiece, a tribute to one of America's most stunning natural wonders, and beyond its beauty lies its true value, a value that transcends mere dollars. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most extraordinary treasures are hidden in plain sight, waiting patiently to be discovered by those who know where to look. The 2005 Oregon State Quarter is more than just a coin. It's a piece of history, a work of art, and a rare gem all rolled into one. Its worth, depending on its condition, can reach into the thousands of dollars, a testament to its rarity and the story it carries. Next rare coin on our list is the 2016 Fort Moultrie State Quarter, a coin that quietly commands respect from collectors and history enthusiasts alike. This quarter isn't just a piece of currency, it's a tribute to a site that played a crucial role in shaping the early United States and defending the ideals of freedom. Fort Moultrie is located on Sullivan's Island near Charleston, South Carolina, and its story stretches back to the American Revolutionary War. The fort's original walls were made from palmetto logs, which had the remarkable ability to absorb and withstand the cannon fire of British warships during the Battle of Sullivan's Island in 1776. This battle was a significant early victory for the American forces, boosting morale and proving that the colonies could stand their ground against the British Empire. The 2016 quarter's design beautifully captures this legacy. On the reverse side, you'll see the fort's iconic palmetto log walls standing strong and proud. Behind it, the American flag waves defiantly, symbolizing the patriotism and courage of those who defended the fort. Every detail on this coin, from the texture of the logs to the folds of the flag, has been meticulously crafted to evoke a sense of history and pride. While millions of these quarters were produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, the story of the Fort Moultrie Quarter isn't just about numbers. It's about preservation. Like many coins, most Fort Moultrie quarters circulated extensively, bearing the marks of everyday use. However, a select few were kept safe from the wear and tear of time, tucked away in pristine condition in albums, collector sets, or protective cases. These high-grade coins are the true treasures for collectors. When you see a Fort Moultrie quarter in pristine condition, with sharp details and brilliant luster, it's clear that this isn't just pocket change, it's a piece of history frozen in time. Collectors are also intrigued by some subtle minting variations and errors that have appeared on rare specimens of this quarter. These might include slight die cracks, double dies, or minor differences in strike quality. While these details are easy to miss with the naked eye, they can significantly increase the coin's rarity and desirability among numismatists who love hunting for such unique pieces. The Fort Moultrie Quarter's value is closely tied to its condition and rarity. Coins that have never been circulated and retain their original sharpness are highly sought after. Professional grading services can certify these coins, providing assurance of their quality and authenticity, which further boosts their appeal and market value. Over recent years, the demand for pristine Fort Moultrie quarters has grown steadily. The coin's connection to a critical moment in American history, combined with its artistic quality and the scarcity of flawless specimens, has driven its value upward. For those fortunate collectors who manage to acquire a Fort Moultrie quarter in exceptional condition, the rewards can be significant. Depending on the coin's grade and mint mark, some examples have been valued as high as $24,000. This remarkable valuation serves as a powerful reminder that even everyday objects, like a quarter, can hold immense historical significance and monetary value. It also highlights the importance of preservation and the thrill of discovery for coin enthusiasts. What makes this quarter even more captivating is the story behind the fort itself, a story of resilience and strategic ingenuity. Fort Moultrie wasn't just any fort. It was built with the innovative idea of using palmetto logs, whose spongy nature could absorb cannonballs rather than shatter. This unique construction was instrumental in the fort's defense, allowing American forces to repel the British assault and hold their ground. The fort's role did not end with the Revolutionary War. It continued to serve as a strategic military site through the Civil War, World War I, and even World War II, witnessing centuries of American history unfold. This deep historical significance adds layers of meaning to the coin, making it a symbol of enduring American defense and perseverance. In addition to its historical weight, the Fort Moultrie quarter symbolizes the blend of art and storytelling in American coinage. Every line, texture, and detail was designed not just to commemorate, but to educate and inspire. It invites us to pause and reflect on the sacrifices made, the battles fought, and the ingenuity that helped forge a nation. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who appreciates the stories behind the coins you handle, the 2016 Fort Moultrie State Quarter is a shining example of history brought to life in metal. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of the past, a small but powerful reminder of the sacrifices and innovation that helped shape the nation. And that wraps up today's journey through some of the rarest and most valuable state quarters in the United States. These coins aren't just currency, they're pieces of history, art, and incredible stories waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for these treasures, because you never know what hidden gems might be waiting in your pocket or collection. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and fascinating stories behind them, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts. And don't forget to leave a comment below. We'd love to hear about your favorite quarters or any rare finds you've come across.